Good morning, Centre for Effective Living Community. It's Valerie Ling, clinical psychologist here. I've got a bit of a story for you today, and it's slightly embarrassing. Thinking about my topic on having a resilient posture, it's funny that when you're doing this topic, when I'm doing this topic, I suddenly realized I got a little bit of fine-tuning to do in my own resiliency posture, as was highlighted by something that happened to me yesterday. So here goes. I've got a story for you. I actually spectacularly injured my left thumb yesterday. Spectacularly. In the middle of the all-day training that I've been attending. I've got another day of training today. So it actually happened when I was in the toilets and I had come out, and my thumb got caught in the door. It's a pretty heavy door. This lovely modern facility. The doors are massive and heavy. And I came out, the pain is excruciating. There's nobody else in the toilets, so I head to the wash basin and I start to actually try to get some cold water on it. Now someone from my course walks in, and she asks me just a general question about the training. And though my head says to me, Valerie, you need help, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to make it from the wash basin out to reception to get band-aids and ice without making a mess all the way from where you are to reception. Although my brain said that, what I actually said was, yes, I'm learning lots in this training as well. What have you found to be most useful? I'm having a conversation with this person while my thumb is throbbing and I'm actually really in need of some assistance. I did not ask for help. So I finally patch up as best as I could, with some of the paper towels and make my way to reception, and I queue. I'm actually in a lot of pain. I finally get to reception and I tell them in a very soft voice, because I didn't want anybody else to feel, I didn't want to inconvenience anybody else. And I ask for assistance. Now, at this point, I'm starting to realize that it's so painful, I'm actually feeling nauseous. I don't tell anybody this. I don't actually tell reception. I sit down. Reception takes a while. It finally comes, and I've got a huge bag of ice, and I've got band-aids, and I've got some first aid spray thing. No idea what I'm supposed to do with that. I very politely say thank you and walk back into the training. Now at this point it becomes quite obvious that something is not right with Valerie. She's walked in with all this stuff, and I make my announcement and I say, I'm sorry, I've had a bit of an accident. And a group of people gather around me at this point in time to actually offer assistance. And guess what? I waved them all away. They continue to insist that I need help, and it is only at the point that I realize that I cannot rip open the band-aids on my own that I actually say, yes please, I think I need some help. Oh dear. Anyway, all good. We get the band-aids on. I'm sitting there with ice. Now, here's another thing. I hadn't realized how important a thumb is. I couldn't hold a pen. Good morning, Tess. I'm telling my woeful story here about injuring myself in training and not even asking for help. So here am I sitting in the training room with a wounded left thumb, and I'm left-handed. I can't write. I can't even flip a page. I can't hold my glass properly. And my very kind neighbors in the training say, hey, how about we help you? I'll take some notes for you. Don't worry about it. Thanks, Tess. Tess says, poor me. Yes. And I'm still not asking for help. Goodness me. Now, I wake up this morning and I'm actually completely sore. Well, my thumb is sore. And I realize I can't even get dressed. I'm not even going to be able to brush my teeth properly. And when I get home, I'm probably not going to be able to wield any kind of cooking utensil. Now, all along, I have to admit, I'm actually not thinking about what kind of assistance or help I need. I'm so involved in thinking about how I'm going to help others not feel sorry for me. Because when that lady walked into the bathroom or into the toilets, after in the class, when she realized that I had actually been injured when I was having a conversation with me, she said, I couldn't tell. And I said to her, that's because I was doing my hardest not to worry you. I was actually doing the best that I could so that you didn't have to feel my pain, so that you could just keep going with what you needed to do, and I would somehow try to manage myself. Now, my little story here is a real highlight that asking for help doesn't come easily, does it? To anybody. There's little scripts in our head that go on this, and oh, we don't want to inconvenience other people, let's not make a scene, or you know, I should be able to deal with this myself. What will other people think? Who gets their thumb stuck in a toilet door? I mean, these scripts, they're just going on in your head, and that's probably a very small picture, one little thumb, which is impacting really one system in me, which is my dexterity and my physical, my ability to conduct things with my hand. But what if you had other systems impacted? Your emotional system, other parts of your body, other health systems, your immunity. What if all those systems were impacted and we were still sitting within ourselves saying, I can't ask for help, I shouldn't ask for help, I should be able to just do this myself. And I realized this is probably a really good example of why, even though the statistics are there for people who will experience a mental health episode in their life, that very few will actually seek help, because there are these barriers that hold us back from seeking help. So I'm actually going to just leave it there for you to think about it. And actually, I have to challenge myself today, because I actually really do think I'm going to need help, because this is not feeling good. It probably needs to be monitored, and yes, I might actually need to take myself to the doctor if it doesn't improve. So I'll leave you with that story, embarrassing story, but nevertheless an insight that as human beings it's quite hard for us to seek help. But maybe when we do, we might actually get the help that we need, and we might actually be able to carry on with the things that we need to do in a way that is supported, and in a way that doesn't need to feel like we're being a burden to others. Okay, take care.